Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, I am worthy of the lightness of being. And as I record this scope, we have a few heavier transits going on. But hey, good news, for a few days, the moon is going to shift into Leo, and as the moon moves over Leo, I feel like this is a really strong, divinely guided call for lightness, for play, for heart-centered energy. Oh my gosh, this last week and a half has been so intense, and I think this is really, a big part of so many different astrological things going on. For me, it was largely that Chiron back into Pisces, taking me in and through some past life stuff, some deeper stuff that needed to be healed, ancestry-wise, past life-wise, and then Pluto going direct, being like, hey, have you gotten these lessons, and are you feeling empowered? And the astro that's happening right now is really about ensuring the empowerment lessons that we have been going through. So right now we have Mercury in Libra, and that Mercury in Libra is squaring Pluto. The moon is opposing Pluto, and the moon is squaring Mercury. So we have a T-square energy. T-square in the cardinal signs. But the Libra energy, we've talked about this so much. Libra energy so often will seek harmony, and so often seeks harmony outside of ourselves. But the new structure that's building really requires a root of self-love to be the strongest thing. That is what your structure is being based on. So now with Pluto moving direct in Capricorn, this sign of structure, it's like, can you hold this energy? Moon in Cancer is very deeply feeling. Moon in Cancer wants to feel comfortable. However, it may be uncomfortable for a time to hold that energy of self-love so strongly. So if you're feeling uncomfortable in here, look and see how you can empower yourself right now to hold space for the root of self-harmony, self-love, for whatever is going to make you feel empowered in this moment. And it really has very little to do with out there. It really is the decision that you make in here for yourself. All right, so moving on to actually October 3rd, we have the moon finishing up in Cancer. We have a bit of a grand trine in water. This to me is like, okay, let the waters flow. We're going to have our first rain here for like probably about 5 months, probably since about Pluto going retrograde. So I'm very excited about that energy, letting the waters come through and cleanse. But it's the same thing with you. With this grand trine energy, part of the empowerment is the freedom to allow the emotions to come forth and be processed. Moon in Cancer needs the freedom to emote. So allow yourself to go there. Jupiter is meeting up with the moon. Jupiter's at 22 degrees, master level degree. And part of mastering this Jupiter in Scorpio energy is your willingness to go into the places where the tears are, the willingness to go into the valleys and realize that you can go there and come out bringing your light with you. So hold space for whatever comes up for you, because it is connecting to both Neptune and Chiron in Pisces. There may be some latent, really deep, really old lessons that come forth that need to be healed. There may be emotions and you're like, I don't really know where these things are coming from. Hold space, be with it. You don't have to know to allow the waters to move through. Then, like I said, the moon is shifting into Leo. Hurrah! Moon in Leo. It will meet up with the North Node. The North Node is finishing up its process in Leo. North Node in Leo is a call for all of us to embrace the heart, to embrace the energy of joy, to embrace the energy of fun. So as the moon approaches this, let that be your intention. Let that help break you out of what you've been moving through. We're about 2 days out from this Venus retrograde. And even though Venus is going retrograde in Scorpio, and that is intense, we can still hold the energy of joy. And we need to. We need that energy of joy to keep pulling us out as we go deeper and deeper in. I have to tell you, so I mentioned the other day, I went really deep into my past lives, like really, really, really deep. So deep that I'm not even completely ready to talk about it. But it was very funny because that whole week I was either crying, like bawling my eyes out from these deep feelings that were coming up, or laughing. And I was like, I'm being a Libra. Here's my balance. For all of this intensity that we have been going through, that the world is going through, we need to find the joy. And that is really a big part of the energy of being here. So as the moon shifts into Leo, it is going to square Uranus in Taurus. Inner child worth stuff may come up. Worth stuff around your talent. Worth stuff around the expression of your talent may come up. Express. Create. Do not let the heaviness get you down. If you are feeling this stress, it is time to take all of your monkeys out for a walk. All of them at once. And maybe even beyond taking them for a walk, like take them to a playground, run them out so that you can be in your truth, in your true energy. And that's going to bring you into your energy of success. I have to tell you, this is very funny. Trust this guidance that's coming through. I have the guidance card for you, and this is the Akasha card, which is like, listen to the guidance. This is an important change. This is a little chance for a little upswing amidst all of this energy. So this is very important. Do not suppress your joy. All right, let's look at this card. Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Akasha exists in the fifth dimension and the Library of Souls. All soul contracts, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information of the past, present, and future and can tap into it at any time. While we have free will, there are also points on the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned. Soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. We got a cat puking over there. It could be company you chose to work for, a relationship you plan to have, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know it is divinely guided and will not bypass you. If you are waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. Here's your sign. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey. I really feel we are. I feel this intensity that we are all going through to some extent or another at this time is important and guided and taking us deeper into our soul truths. All right. This is an important part of your soul's journey, and you are exactly where you need to be. This is exciting indeed. It is time to call in the support of your helpers, both in the physical realm and the spirit world. Call in your support. To trust the signs coming, to take note of your dreams, to notice the feelings or visions that you receive, for you are tapping into the wisdom of Akasha, and you are being given the go-ahead to proceed. To work your light transmission. Hold this to your heart. I'll hold it to my heart in lieu of you. I open myself to receive the wisdom of Akasha. I am ready to download any information from my soul records that is in my highest good and the highest good of all right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, here we go. I often say, we were born for such a time as this. Like, it is brave souls. You are brave souls who agreed to show up during this time because this is definitely very intense. Not to mention that there have been other intense times, but this one is really pushing us to our limits, and especially pushing past the limits of our heart. That is needed so much right now. There are so many people who are struggling. We have to hold the energy of compassion, and yet we also have to hold the energy of joy to help us keep rising and ascending up. So, a few little announcements. I am going to be doing on my Patreon page special readings, special card pulling for any Libras or Libra rising. So, if you are a member of my Patreon, go leave a comment for me to do that. And if you are not, I encourage you to become a member so you can get your card. I'm also going to be doing, with Venus going retrograde, a special card pull. So I'm going to be putting that up after I do this. So that'll be on Friday. Besides that, you can always book a reading with me by emailing me, mimiclark@gmail.com. So, the better it gets, and there is enough love in the world for you. Namaste.